Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an exclusive first look video on the latest Warmaster monster, Remntar. And unlike previous videos where I've actually seen the monster on Taringa and see what they have to offer, I am completely blind. I know nothing about this monster, so this is seriously going to be an exclusive first look. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see what this monster has to offer. And I need to start off by thanking Social Point for giving me the chance to make this video. They gave me the early access to Remntar, they gave me the gems to speed up his hatching, they gave me the food to feed him, and they gave me the cells to rank this monster all the way to rank 5 level 130. And like as I usually always do, first I'm going to make a video of level 1 to 100 because that's I think what most people can actually get. And then for those of you that actually want to get this monster fully ranked up, I'm going to have a separate video, part 2 video, where I'm going to rank him up to rank 5, where we get his skills group 4 skills, and that's going to be a lot of fun, so let's get right into it. Remntar was a humble blacksmith working on protection relics and armor for King Darren's army when he received a visit from the Warmasters, who summoned him to become one of them and fight by their side against the Titans. Now Remntar is back home, combining his old job with his role as a Warmaster. I really enjoy the Monster Legends lore and how everything ties back together. So here we have a blacksmith working under King Darren, and then he gets visited by other War Masters, and now that we're fighting the Titans, which reminds me, what the heck happened to the Titans? We haven't had a Titan event in a while. Anyhow, let's see what this monster's trait is, because if you know anything about the War Masters, normally, a lot of the time their traits make or break them. So, he has tough, status effects have a 35% accuracy against his target, and he also gives immunity to special damage to all allies. A team immunity to special damage. That's so darn cool. So I believe you'll take no damage from special based attacks. We'll have to test that. So that's really great because I mean most team wars, pretty much all team wars, and every player versus player team combination consists of 3 legendary monsters. So if you have protection from special damage just all across the board, that protects you a lot. And then you have a status caster area skill mirror. I was actually kind of expecting this. This is so awesome because, my goodness, even if you go second in the turn order, you are reflecting whatever attack the enemy deals at you. And typically what happens is that the enemy monster is going to outspeed you. If you don't have ranked up monsters, if your monsters aren't fully ranked up with level 10 runes, you're gonna get denied. This is why Elvira was such a game changer. Elvira gave your team evasion, so even if you went second in the turn order, you could still do something. But now with Remntar, even if you don't have Elvira, you can reflect whatever the enemy does. So for example, if there's a super fast enemy cabin fish and that cabin fish does AoE freeze against you, you're gonna reflect that AoE freeze against his team. Or if he does AoE stun, you reflect that AoE stun. Now you do need to be careful if you get possessed. So what happens is if you get possessed, that mirror actually works against you. So that there's that little thing you have to be worried about. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then yeah, receives no damage from special element skill. So no damage. Very interesting trait, and it appears that this monster is going to be a supporter just based on that trait. That area skill mirror and the immunity to special damage, that really hints as a support monster. Right now, I'm not too mind blown by the trait. I do like it. The area skill mirror, again, it opens up so many possibilities to deny the enemy. But at the same time, you have to worry about that possession. Like, I'm just thinking, if I face some of the top level 130 monsters, like a Kihaku can freeze and possess. So if I get possessed, right, it works against me. If I have a monster that's immune to possession, then yeah, then that monster can reflect the possession and the freeze. So it gives you a fighting chance. And then the fact that you take no damage from special based attacks, man, that actually is pretty good. But let's see if his skill sets can really back him up. Actually, let's see his relics first. He can hold, there it is, Tenacity Shield. Thank you very much. Let's just go ahead and give him a Tenacity Shield, further protecting your monsters. And I can give him a Charging Banner, so all of my monster stamina can increase after they fall below certain points. That's pretty good. So this monster can seriously help you out to avoid getting your stamina drained. And especially when there are so many relics that just completely obliterate your stamina, that could really come in handy. And now let's check out his skills. Blacksmith of Light, Master Artisan. Let's keep on going. Let's see his first 4 skill sets. His first 4 skills are Photon Bash, deals moderate special damage to one enemy, applies stun to an enemy. A 0 cooldown stun skill, nothing too impressive, except that it's a spammable stun skill, I guess. Solar Sail deals heavy metal damage to an enemy, gives 20% of stamina to all allies. So a 0 cooldown skill that recovers stamina from your whole entire team. Solar Panel gives 20% of stamina to all of your allies. This skill costs no stamina, meaning you could always use it even if all of your stamina is drained. But considering you can give them something like the Charging Banner, I don't think a skill like that is really necessary. And Hard Light Protection, which applies a 50% shield to one of your allies, 19 stamina cost, 3 turn cooldown. honestly, I'm not too impressed by most of his skills right here. If anything, Photon Bash is the best spammable stun skill, because you also have to keep in mind this monster is going to be going up against other metal monsters, and that includes monsters like the artifact monsters, like Timerion. Like imagine Timerion hits you with cooldowns activated, which actually, that's a good point. If you're fighting a Timerion that's ranked 130, has level 10 runes, he goes first, and he does cooldowns activated, thanks to your skill mirror, thanks to your trait, you can reflect the cooldowns activated, which will pretty much shut down the enemy Timerion. So that in itself is cool. I'm not even going to bother testing this skills, and I'm just going to hope that he has some better zero cooldown skills that he can utilize. So let's just keep on going. So the next 4 skills we have are Photon Bombardment, which deals moderate spell damage to one enemy, 50% chance of applying stun to all enemies. So this one's very interesting. It's a zero cooldown single target attack, so you deal damage to a single enemy monster, but it has an AoE effect. Unfortunately though, it's a 50% AoE effect, 50% chance to stun. So it's interesting. I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about it. Right now it appears to be one of his better skills. Hard Light Watt deals heavy metal damage to one enemy and applies a 33% life shield to all allies, so your whole entire team gets 33% life shield. And normally I would say this isn't good, but considering it's spammable and every single turn you move with Remntar you can give your team a 33% shield, that's actually not that bad. So right now I'm thinking maybe this monster is going to be a monster that can utilize a team life rune, maybe 2 team life, and you can just spam the life shield. Because so far that's all I'm seeing. Let's see. Speed of Light deals heavy special damage to an enemy, applies skill mirror to itself. Okay, so he can give himself skill mirror, however it only lasts for 1 turn. So that's going to be useful once your trait runs out, which I'm wondering how long it's going to last for, maybe 1 or 2 turns. Let's see, Hard Light Fortress deals heavy metal damage to an enemy, applies a 50% life shield to our allies. Okay, here's a pretty good skill. Medium shield to your whole entire team for 2 turns. It does have a 3-turn cooldown, it does have a 24 stamina cost. But Hard Light Wall I really like a lot. Again, considering you're going to be fighting cooldown activated monsters, you can always use Hard Light Wall, so even fighting Timerion, that's not an issue. So, you know what, let's actually test these skills out. Alright, so we're starting off the battle, and as you can see, all of my allies have skill mirror. I am going to simply, let's do the team shield. Let's do the 50% life shield to all our allies. So there it is. And look, Dark Fatigue, Punch, and as you can see, everything is just getting reflected at the enemy, which is super cool. So considering you can give Remntar the Tenacity shield, you can afford to take damage and just have your monsters reflect whatever the enemy deals against you, which I really like, especially when it's some sort of deny skill, especially when you can create some team combination where you can counter whatever the enemy has to throw at you. For example, if you're fighting a Baba Yaga that has AoE possession, you bring your Remntar, you bring 2 allies that are immune to possession, maybe you bring your Necromancer that gives your team immunity to possession. So when Baba Yaga does AoE possession, you reflect possession against Baba Yaga's own team, and now the allies are basically going on your side, and yeah, maybe you took a little damage, or maybe not, because it depends whether the attack Baba Yaga did was special based or not. And off the top of my head, I don't remember if her AoE possession is special based. I think it is. But yeah, that's really cool. So let's see what else we can do. Skill mirror to myself, and yeah, the skill mirror does last for, is it 1 turn? It only lasts for 1 turn. So the skill mirror on myself ran out, so that's where Speed of Light could come in handy. So now I have skill mirror on myself again. I'm hoping he has like a skill mirror taunt, but we'll see. Here's the 33% life shield to all of my allies. And can they stack shield? I don't know, I should have looked better. Let's see, let's do this. Let's do, and look, spammable, so I can keep applying that shield on my team. Oh, that is so awesome. Let's do Photon Bombardment. Here's the AoE stun. Oh, it actually landed. You know what, that is worth testing, because it does say it's a 50% chance to stun. So, okay, yeah, so it missed on 2, it landed on 1. But again, it's spammable, which is the cool thing about this skill. There it is again, it missed on everyone. That's what you get when it's a 50% chance. There's my little Treezard getting attacked, but reflecting everything against the enemy. That is awesome. Let's recharge. Let's recharge. And look, they just keep targeting them, and he just keeps attacking them back. But yeah, that's his skill set right now. Again, right now, I really like the team shield. You have a 33% team shield, and you have a 50% team shield. And in those battles, you could also see the trait just working with Treezard, where he just kept attacking endlessly, because the enemy kept attacking him. Alright, let's keep leveling this monster up and see what else he has to offer. And so Remntar is finally level 100. The only new skill I really had was Solar Storm, which deals heavy metal damage to one enemy and applies stamina regen to all of your allies. So your whole team, again, never has to worry about stamina regen. Overall, I have to admit, I'm not that impressed with his skills. I really yeah, they kind of feel underwhelming. As for his best skill set at level 100, I think you should definitely take the 33% life shield to all of your allies. That's spammable. I think photon bombardment could come in handy. I don't know. I'm iffy on this one because I think it depends how you run Remtar. If he's going last in the turn order, which most likely he will be going last, you probably don't need this spammable potential AoE stun. I think you're better off with Photon Bash, where the stun, although it's a single target stun, it has a higher likelihood to land than a 50% chance to stun. So I think I would run Hard Light Wall, I would run the single stun. I like this one, 50% shield to all of your allies. And Solar Storm I like, but I also like the single skill mirror, although do you really need a single skill mirror? I don't think you need Solar Cell if you have the Charging Banner, because this is basically just a way to recover stamina, and if you have Charging Banner, that'll recover your own stamina. And yeah, that's the same thing, so I don't think you need a single ally 50%. So I think the skill set I have on Remtar right now, with the exception of being able to replace Photon Bombardment, I think that could be a pretty good skill set for this monster. I think Remtar is a team speed holder. You can give him 3 team speed, or you can give him team life. So he's a team rune holder, either team speed, team life, because he has a lot of shield skills. He has the 50% team shield, he has the 33% spammable team shield, so you want to maximize that. So that's really what you want to do. I don't see this monster really running a strength. Looking at his skills, heavy metal damage, very heavy metal damage, that's his strongest skill. Photon is just moderate special damage. Heavy metal, yeah, I don't, let's see what his ultimate is. I didn't even check that. Faster than light, removes positive status effects from all enemies, deals very heavy special damage to all enemies, applies quicksand, and applies bleed. Interesting, he has an offensive ultimate, but a supportive skill set. So yeah, this monster is pure support. I would say at most you could run a single speed to give him some churns, but you could also just have him go last. You could have him with 3 team speed, you could have him with a team life and 2 team speed, you can have him with a team life, a team speed, a single speed. I don't think this monster really needs single runes. With the exception, you could give him 1 single speed rune just to make sure he does get some churns in. But even if this monster doesn't get a churn in for a while, that's fine because he's going to have that skill mirror on for longer, so he can just reflect it. Oh, and by the way, that's another skill you could run on this monster, the Speed of Light, to re-give him the skill mirror when he finally gets a churn in. For the purpose of this video, since he has 2 slots locked, I'm going to give him a single speed so he can actually get some churns in, and so I can actually utilize some of his skills. So there we go. Oh, I should have checked out his stats. His level 100 stats are Power 3542, pretty darn good actually. Life 42-224, that is an incredibly tanky life. And Speed 3509, pretty good for a pretty tanky monster. His life stat is literally just 1 point higher than Inquisitor Fullman, which is pretty darn funny. So now Remtar is a monster with the 6th highest life stat in the whole entire game. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Sergeant Hothead currently is in 1st place. Then we have Fatid, Tretapog, Francine, Frank, Igurses. I don't think I missed anyone. So yeah, incredibly tanky monster. But then you have his skills, which add to the tankiness. And you have his trait, which gives your whole team immunity to special attacks, basically. And then you start the game off with skill reflection. So let's test him out in PvP. Let's see how this monster does. And now just keep in mind, I am not allowed to win any of these battles in PvP because it would just be completely unfair. And you know what? Actually, there's a really cool thing about Skill Mirror. And I'll showcase that right now because I think initially when you think about Skill Mirror, you're like, okay, you get to reflect an attack. That's cool and all. But it actually serves as a counter to a lot of things. So let's see. Metal. Scroll down to Remtar. And one thing it can actually counter is that it kind of works like Anticipation. Although you could actually argue that maybe Skill Mirror is a better counter to extra turn monsters than Anticipation is. Because as we all know with the recent update, a lot of times when an extra turn monster battles someone that has Anticipation, they don't even attack, they just recharge. So you don't get to utilize your Anticipation trait. Well, and again, it's still a counter because the monster isn't attacking you, they're just recharging. But with Skill Mirror, the extra turn monster will still attack you. And after they attack you, you'll attack them with the skill they used, and then you get an extra turn. So it really works if you can maybe eliminate the monster. So let me try to showcase it with Shork. I wanted to do it with Barakor, but Barakor is just slightly too fast. So hopefully this works. Let's take on the middle monster, because they have a Prince Charmless, or the middle team. So let's see, MI5556, perfect. And then if I get my stamina drained, you'll see Remtar where he actually works. Or it actually won't work in this case because Charmless is too fast. Alright, well no, actually, yeah, it won't. Stamina Devours ulti, Skill Mirror, I reflected Stamina Devours. So now they lost their stamina. And unfortunately, Charmless isn't going to be able to attack. That's not what I wanted. And you see, this is why I don't think you need a skill to recover your stamina, because you have your charging banner to work for you. Oh, and another cool thing about skill mirror is when you use team skills, you basically do double team skills. So I really hope this monster has some sort of life recovery skill. Like a 50% team life recovery in skills group 4 would be amazing, because then it'd actually be 100% life recovery. So let me showcase it with Solar Storm. When I do Solar Storm, let me just attack Charmless. Solar Storm, my team gets regen. And yeah, oh no, that didn't count because I attacked an enemy. But basically, when you do a skill, like Great Green Shark applies Water Hater 1 extra turn, because I have Skill Mirror, it does the skill again, so I'm actually going to get 2 extra turns. Look at that, look at the turn order. I actually got 2 extra turns. So there's so much synergy you can do with that Skill Mirror, applying self skills or team skills. So that's pretty darn awesome. And it would work just the same if I had a Shadownar that did her self extra turn skill. She would get 2 extra turns. So if you do a turn transfer, basically, oh, I'll showcase it in the next battle. If I with Sammy, if I turn transfer, I basically if you turn transfer to a monster that has the skill mirror, that monster with the skill mirror will turn transfer back to you. So there's so many cool things you can do. And let me do this. Splitting Harpoon. I didn't get to show skill mirror as a counter to Charmless. Actually, I still might be able to. No, I won't because it's already gone. Let's do Bait Preparation. And then I can showcase the skill mirror again. So see, I have skill mirror. Let me do Old Horse's Momentum on myself. So there's a damage increase and bam, reflected again because of skill mirror. So I basically did double boost. So again, it really works great when it comes to life recovery skills. There's that Charmless trying to take out my tank of a monster, but I don't know, will he come close? Maybe. Epic Quest, let's speed that up. Alt. Alright, so back to me. And there's my stamina regen. Let's do a shield, a team shield. Let's attack Charmless and give my whole team a 50% shield. So yeah, he's very tanky, he's very supportive, and we're showcasing that now. Obviously I can win this battle if I wanted to. Favorite Harpoon, bye-bye. Charmless can't really do anything to me. Let's just go ahead and give myself an extra turn, and then I can do everything again. Let's see how Photon does. Let's see if I would land the stun or not. And I did not land a stun. So yeah, maybe go after the single stun, not the AoE stun. I am going to exit out before I accidentally win. There's that charging banner, recovering stamina. So again, I don't think he needs any stamina regen skills. So far, I like this monster. Nothing really screams super impressive monster to me, but I do really like him. So let's get Sammy on my team, because he can turn transfer, and let's get Demise on my team, because Demise can turn transfer. And this will be a lot of fun. Let's take on Kihaku. Let's see what Kihaku does. Let's click fight, and let's see. So maybe I can showcase what happens when you get possessed. And yeah, so see, Remntar got possessed and frozen. So look where he reflects that. He reflected it back on my own team. So that's why I'm saying you have to be extremely, extremely careful when you're fighting a monster that can possess. Because if you get possessed, that is the worst thing that can happen to you. Sweaty Blade, because I have my skill mirror. And now I got the extra turn. So that's kind of how it works to counter extra turn monsters. You saw a very slight effect. What I'm curious about is why the skill mirror lasted for 2 turns. It should have ended. It should have... Oh, no, because Charmless went. Yeah. So yeah, this battle isn't over because I can still resurrect. So let's speed this up. Entangled Cloak, Sweaty Blade, Hat Throne, Recharge, and Raging Thunderstorm. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Makosu, cool. So I'm still alive. Let's do Unholy Resurrect. Actually, at this point, it doesn't matter. Like him by himself, I don't think I can showcase anything that I want to. If anything, maybe, look at that. I took no damage because that was a special based attack. Sweaty Blade, that's nature based. Hat Throne, that's nature based. I'm waiting for his Epic Quest, 0 damage because that's a special based attack. So how cool is that? It's pretty darn awesome. So I take no damage from special based attacks. Alright, Hat Throne, and we'll go on to the next battle. Alright, we'll take on this team, and let's see what they do first. So I actually go first, which is great, because I get to showcase the turn transferring capabilities. So I will do Samurai Warrior to turn transfer to Demise, who thanks to Skill Mirror will turn transfer back to my Sammy. Check this out, Samurai Warrior. So now both of my monsters have an extra turn, and both have a damage boost, and both have increased accuracy. Isn't that awesome? I think that's pretty darn awesome. So that allows me to do something like Pain Scourge, right? and deal damage. Now Demise goes, and with Demise, I'm going to do Strength from Beyond on my Remntar, who has Skill Mirror. So now he's going to turn transfer back to Demise. So now both of my monsters get an extra turn. So Demise goes next in the turn order. Isn't that awesome? And then Remntar. So look, now I can give a damage boost to my Remntar. And now he has double damage. And he has... Oh, and then, yeah, then he reflects the light within. So there's just some pretty darn cool and nifty things you can do thanks to your skill mirror. So the more I use it, the more and more I like it. I can kill... I can say bye-bye Ganesh and give my team a 33% shield. Like, I love all the capabilities you can do with skill mirror, and the more I use them, the more I am testing them out, the more I'm discovering. Again, his skill set though, it's not really that impressive. It's not. I feel like it's very underwhelming, but then we have to rank him up and see what else he can offer. So let's speed this up. Entangled Cloak, and again, keep in mind I don't take damage from special based attacks, which is really helpful against legendary monsters, because every legendary monster, just about every legendary monster, has a special based attack. A lot of legendary monsters have like 2 special based attacks in their skill set. Like, just look at Barakor. Barakor runs 2 special based attacks and 1 earth based attack. So if you fight Barakor, you're gonna be safe like 2 out of 3 attacks. One of them is probably Bloodthirsty nowadays. It just a lot really depends. Let's do Unholy Resurrect, bring him back from the dead. Let's give my team a 50% life shield. If I get the opportunity, will I get the opportunity? Let's see, recharge. Let's do death to, oh, I should have clicked Demise. Let's speed this up really fast. Unstoppable. Let's do Endless Celebration, removes positive effects, don't need to do that. My Charging Banner kicks in, gives my team stamina. Let's do the Solar Storm, Hard Light Fortress, 50% life shield. And again, this is where the team life comes in handy. Oh, I didn't give him team life, but like, this is why he's more of a team rune holder, not so much of an actual single rune holder, with the exception again of the single speed, which could be used. I'm just gonna exit out because there's no reason to continue with this battle. Let's showcase, I just really want to showcase where he can counter like extra turn monsters like Volt and Charmless. So let's see if I get that opportunity. I think against Rocky I can do it, or even against Huntress. So in order to do that, let me just run some team speed monsters. Actually, no, let me run some attackers, some powerful attackers, or even better, let me run my own slow Volt, and let me run Barakor. Maybe it'll work. Wait, did I not switch the right team? No. So Burrito and my own Volt. And let's take on 130 Sammy, Rocky. Let's do Rocky. So let's see if this plays out the way I want it to. We'll click fight. Let's go speed 1. So only 1 tusk. Okay, and then he reflects the only 1 tusk. So now my monsters have damage mirror and skill mirror. That'd be so funny if I did this. But let's just let's recharge. And then I'm gonna get hit with the AoE. I'll reflect that back to the enemy. And then Volt is gonna attack. Alright, attack me, Volt. He does 20k volts on my Remntar. So now this is where I reflect it. So now I get the extra turn. So then I get to do something. Watch. Look at the turn order. It jumps over to Remntar. So, I mean, if you are using him as an anti-extra turn monster, you could even give him a strength rune. And he could maybe OTK with a skill like Solar Storm. Is that his strong one? 60 damage, yeah. Yeah, so there's even arguments to giving him strength runes and making him just be like anti-extra turn. Like, it kind of, you see what I mean? Where it kind of works better than anticipation, because you actually get a turn in and you get to attack. If you had a turn transfer skill, that would just be amazing, because then you could turn transfer to whoever you wanted. I kind of hopes that he kills Remntar and he attacks Volt, so then Volt can get the extra turns. But for now, let's see if I can land the stun. Photon, and it just missed. Let's speed this up, because this might be a while. 50k volts. And 20k volts. Static shocks. 20k volts. Oh, perfect. He attacked Voltic, so he's dumb. So now the AI gave my Voltic an extra turn. And I'm not going to be dumb. So I can pretty much dominate at this point. I can attack endlessly. I can be smart about my attacks. And I hope you see what I mean. That skill mirrors is actually a lot more powerful the more and more you get to utilize it. The more and more you get to actually play around with it. If I was to keep fighting. I could win this battle, so obviously I am going to exit out. But yeah, that's pretty much been a showcase of Remntar. Overall, my thoughts at level 100, his skills failed to impress me. His trait, I ended up really loving. I am looking forward to seeing what he has to offer in Skills Group 4. I still gotta say, I do love the spammable 33% life shield. And I think that's really much it, honestly. I fell in love with the trait, the aerial skill mirror, the synergy you can do with your own team, or to counter enemy abilities, whether it be to counter deny, whether it be to counter extra turn skills, or just being able to churn transfer with amongst your own monsters. It's a lot of fun, and I am really looking forward to see what you guys are going to be planning with Remntar, what combinations, what team comps you're going to be using. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this level 1 to 100 on Remntar. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what do you think his best skills are. Let me just really quickly go through some of them, so then you guys can post in the comments what skill set you would run at level 100. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to ranking up all the way so that we can look at his Skills Group 4 skills. Once again, a huge thanks to Social Point for giving me the opportunity to make this video on Warmaster Remntar. Really hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for part 2 where he gets fully ranked up to rank 5 level 130. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all very soon.